Mike, could you take us through the decision to go for it on fourth down there at the end of the game? And a field goal would have made it a one-score game.
Yeah, you were down, down there in the had an opportunity to still get a first down. Even if you don't get the touchdown, you got a chance to get a first down. Talking to both Larry and Coach O'Brien, said, listen, let's go for it. I mean, you're down in this position right here. You're on the road. You got basically 2 downs to get it. And, obviously we didn't do a good job of executing today. It was it's disappointing not to, to have that many drops, to not be as efficient on third down, I give Pittsburgh all the credit in the world. They got a really good defense. Number 97 is an outstanding player, and he was in the backfield a lot, and he gave us a lot of issues. I thought we did. They played aggressive and they played hard. We created turnovers. We sacked the quarterback. We hit the quarterback. And those type of things. When you do that, you expect the opportunities on the other side to give you a chance to score and score points. And again, with the drops and the inefficiency and third down, that was our demise. I mean, we just couldn't, we couldn't move the ball in order to give us field position, to help us win. And again, we had to take care of a lot of things. That's one of the things we need to address and get it fixed quickly.
Mike, the early fumble on the punt, you feel like that set any kind of tone? They score off. Had short field on back-to-back post-touchdown drive.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Early on, you create a sudden change situation where, by them not working for it, we muff a punt and they get it. By a bad snap, we drop it and they get it in their red zone area. Anytime that an offense can go and use a short field to score touchdowns or points, it's always going to have an impact on the game. And obviously, at the beginning, those 14 points had an impact because I think defensively we played well enough that we took an advantage of our turnovers. And when we did get the ball back, we put ourselves in a position, but we didn't. 3 points is not enough.
Mike, Watford seems like a guy with a good spirit. Do you think he'll be okay after this, or do you need to say something to him to help him be okay after this?
Well, he's going to have to be. I mean, this, again, this is about he touches the ball 100% of the time, and he did some good things out there, but obviously he did some things that he can improve on. He throws the ball, puts it in hands, and the ball's dropped. Well, that's another issue we need to address. But as I said, David will have to continue to get better, and we'll have to continue to find ways to to utilize the skills and the talents that he has.
Did you at any point think about making a change there?
Not really. I think that again, more so with the special teams issue. Obviously, the snap to him in the shotgun, he had his hands on it, but he dropped it. He's got to take care of that. And then the drops situation, it wasn't the matter of him, catching the ball. He was throwing the ball to the right receivers.
Towards the end of the game, those guys like Gooch and Gamble and I think Eric Tetlow got in the game. Do you expect, are you going to make some changes offensively, you think, after a game like this?
Yeah, what I told everyone was that this has got to get fixed. And it's not about a popularity contest. It's about finding those players that can be consistent and give us a chance to win. And that's the first thing we'll work on Sunday is finding the who and the what, and then just move on and move forward from there.
Mike, Pitt's defensive line and defense put a lot of pressure on David. Did you think your offensive line was, kind of past that point, would have held up better than it did?
That's a very good defensive line. Again, I talked about it earlier about 97, Donald being a explosive player, and obviously he was. I mean, we had a combination of guys in the game, trying to minimize him, but he's a great player and he made a lot of plays. He got in the backfield. He disrupted a lot of things, and again, they're a good defensive team. Today they're very good, and they we helped them, as I said, by doing some things that have been uncharacteristic of us, in the last couple games, particularly with the drops.
Statistically, though, they had not been a good defensive team. How do you? They were giving up over 500 yards in a couple games.
Yeah, well, what you look at is, and what we knew was 97, and a couple of their players were guys that we're disruptive and we're playing, you know, at a high level. I mean, you're right, there were points that were scored on them, but today they played the best brand of football they played all year. And, you know, the opportunities for us to block them and do what we needed to do to be successful, we did not. They executed, we did not, and they won the football game.
Like Dominique had made good decisions as the punt returner in the first 3 games, and then he just looked out of sorts pretty much all day today. What happened with him?
Yeah, that's a great question, and you're right. You know, he had been doing a nice job, a pretty good job with the punt returns and the decisions, you know, even particularly last week. And, you know, today, you know, he wasn't on top of his game, you know, and some of those decisions, you know, they cost us in terms of field position. One was a turnover. So, you know, he's got to be better at that. You know, we got to find better. You know, either way, I mean, we can't give up a field position switch like that when you don't make the other team earn it.
Are there any thoughts of putting Darius back there, or Malik back there?
You know, we have other guys that have practiced, you know, being punt returners, and we'll look at all options. You know, we'll look at all options for returners, for receivers, for whatever it may be. We'll look at all options to make us, you know, to get better as a football team.
Just 2 4th downs run early. Was that just an opportunity, or was that a little out of Ian's hands?
You know, a little bit of both. I mean, where the ball was spotted, if you punt it and it goes in the end zone, then it's a touchback. You know, there was a little bit of a breeze up top that the coaches looked at and said, you know, maybe it's his attempts to kick it were you know, we could have, but we didn't. And those 4th down opportunities, when you're down and you're on the road like that, I mean, you know, we got to make those things happen. We were, 1 for 4, and basically they were 2 yards or less on those situations, and we got to do a much better job.
Off the top of your head, can you remember a better defensive performance from one of your teams? 7 sacks, 3 turnovers caused, everything you've been hoping for.
Well, you know, you're talking about the 3 phases of your team to play well, and obviously defensively, you know, they did. I'm quite sure, you know, if you ask John and defensive coaches, there were some issues that, you know, they wish we could get back and get corrected. You know, down there coming off the goal line to 3rd down, ball bounced to the outside and kept the clock running. You know, that's something that, you know, you definitely don't want. But, you know, if you play good defense, don't shoot yourself by making mistakes on offense, and take care of the special teams by where you field the ball, where they start, where you start. You can be a good team, and we got to make sure we strive to get that done.
And you shot yourself in the foot.
We didn't do a good job, obviously, today with the turnovers and the drop passes and the inefficiency in the 3rd down situation.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.